Virgo. Um, you have some pretty great cards, so let's jump right in.
Let's see what the universe is revealing to you. Something is reorganizing itself in the fabric of your reality right now. And whether you're consciously aware of it or not, your entire system is responding to the shift. This isn't vague, things might get better someday energy. This is specific. This is active. This is happening in real time while you're reading these words. Forces are aligning. Circumstances are moving. Doors are opening. Opportunities are presenting. People are noticing. And all of it is converging toward a point where your life looks fundamentally different than it looked even a few weeks ago. The preparation this requires isn't external scrambling, it's internal alignment. It's getting your mind right, your expectations expanded, your capacity increased, your readiness activated. Because what's approaching demands a bigger version of you than you've had to be before, demands you operating at frequency you might have touched occasionally but haven't sustained, demands you trusting yourself at levels you've been building toward but haven't fully embodied. In the pressure cooker of accelerated transformation, where multiple life domains shift simultaneously instead of one at a time. You're being asked to grow faster than comfortable, to adapt quicker than you planned, to become who you're meant to be on compressed timeline because what's trying to manifest can't wait for slow evolution. Let me break down what's currently in motion around your existence. In the architecture of how dramatic life shifts actually occur, there's usually accumulation period followed by breakthrough moment. You plant seeds, you water consistently, you show up repeatedly, and for a long time nothing visible happens. Underground work is occurring, but surface stays same until suddenly it doesn't, until everything you've been building erupts into manifestation all at once. It's highly probable you're exiting that invisible accumulation phase right now, entering the eruption, the visible return on investment you've been making in yourself when results weren't guaranteed. The harvest after season of faith-based planting, the reward for persistence when quitting would have been easier. Look at what you've been doing consistently, even when immediate payoff wasn't apparent. The skills you've developed, the character you've built, the network you've nurtured, the healing you've pursued, the standards you've maintained, all of it has been creating momentum, generating force, building toward critical mass that's about to express itself in material reality. Some transformations announce themselves dramatically. Sudden job offer, unexpected money, person entering who changes everything, clear, obvious shift that everyone can see, but others start subtly. Small opportunity that leads to bigger opportunity, conversation that opens unexpected door, introduction that shifts entire trajectory. Beginning looks minor, but implications are massive. You might experience either type or both. Obvious change and subtle change working in tandem. Multiple forms of breakthrough happening simultaneously across different life areas. Career shifting while relationship deepens, while financial situation improves, while creative project takes off. Not one thing, everything. All moving at once. This reflection invites you to consider, what have you been consistently working on that hasn't produced visible results yet? Let me clarify what prepare actually means in practical, applicable terms. Preparation isn't just mental readiness, it's practical positioning. Are your systems set up to handle increase? If money arrives, can you receive it properly? If opportunity presents, can you say yes without logistical barriers preventing participation? If connection deepens, do you have emotional capacity to show up for it? In the gap between wanting transformation and being ready for transformation, many people sabotage themselves through lack of preparation. They pray for breakthrough, then can't handle it when it comes. They ask for more, then freak out when more actually shows up. They want change, then resist it because change requires them to be different. It's critical you examine your actual readiness right now, not your desire for change, your capacity to hold change. Big difference. Desire is easy. Capacity requires work, requires clearing out what won't fit in upgraded reality, requires releasing patterns that served survival but won't serve thriving, requires becoming someone who can sustain elevation instead of just temporarily access it. Check your internal landscape. Are you still carrying limiting beliefs about what you deserve? Still operating from scarcity when abundance is trying to enter? Still playing small because small feels safer even though small is suffocating you? These internal blocks will prevent external manifestation from landing properly. Check your relational landscape. Are you surrounded by people who'll celebrate your growth or resent it? Who'll support your expansion or try to keep you contained? Who genuinely want you to win or secretly need you to stay where you are so they don't have to confront their own stagnation? Elevation often requires releasing relationships that can't come with you to higher levels. Check your energetic landscape. Are you holding grudges that weigh you down, carrying resentment that blocks flow, maintaining toxic patterns because they're familiar? What's approaching requires you light, mobile, unencumbered. Heavy energy can't rise. Burdened people can't receive freely. This reflection invites you to consider what needs to be released or resolved before you can fully receive what's trying to arrive. Let me speak to what about to change your life specifically indicates. Life changing doesn't mean slight improvement, doesn't mean incremental progress, means fundamental reorganization, means the framework of your existence shifts, means you'll look back at this period as dividing line. Before this, after this, everything different on the other side. In the territory of genuinely transformative experiences, several types emerge as most common. Career breakthrough that shifts financial reality completely, not small raise. Complete change in what's possible economically, what you can afford, where you can live, how you can operate, security you haven't had. Its probable career or financial shift might be part of your current transformation. Work you've been doing is getting recognized. Skills you've built are becoming valuable in ways they weren't before. Opportunity is presenting that elevates you beyond incremental growth into quantum leap. Pay attention to professional conversations happening now, to offers being extended, to doors opening in your field, or the the change might be relational. Meeting someone who fundamentally alters your understanding of partnership, not just dating someone. Encountering person who shows you what you've been settling for by showing you what's actually possible, or existing relationship deepening in ways that create entirely new foundation, or toxic relationship finally ending permanently freeing you for what's meant. Watch who's entering your awareness currently, who's showing up unexpectedly, who's expressing interest, who's creating opportunity for connection. Not everyone who appears is significant, but someone might be. Someone whose presence will reorient your entire relational landscape, or transformation might be internal, healing that's been in process suddenly completing, therapy breakthrough that unlocks everything, spiritual awakening that shifts perception permanently, understanding arriving that makes previous confusion dissolve. The change isn't circumstantial, it's consciousness. But consciousness change creates circumstance change inevitably. This reflection invites you to consider, in which domain would transformation create most dramatic positive impact? Let me address the no joke aspect directly because it matters. This isn't clickbait. This isn't exaggeration designed to keep you watching. This is honest assessment of energy that's genuinely present in your current reality. There are actual forces moving, actual shifts occurring, actual opportunities forming. The intensity of the language matches intensity of what's actually happening. In the distinction between hype and truth, some readers create drama where there isn't any. They make everything sound urgent to manipulate engagement. But in the space of genuine energetic acceleration, the urgency is real. The pressure is authentic. The demand for readiness is legitimate, not manufactured, actually present. It's essential you receive this as information, not entertainment, as signal to actually prepare, not just feel temporarily excited. What's approaching requires action, requires you clearing space, requires you positioning yourself, requires you being genuinely ready, not just superficially hopeful. Some people hear big change coming and go back to regular programming without adjusting anything. They want change, but they don't want to change. They want different results while maintaining same patterns. Doesn't work. Can't work. Transformation requires transformation. You can't stay same and receive different. You might need to make concrete adjustments right now. End relationships that aren't serving. Start practices that build capacity. Stop habits that drain energy. Begin projects you've been postponing. Reach out to connections you've been avoiding. Clean literal physical space. Organize finances. Handle responsibilities you've been delaying. Create conditions that allow new to enter instead of staying full of old. This reflection invites you to consider, what concrete action can you take today to prepare for elevation? Let me reveal what you're probably feeling as this unfolds. There's likely mix of excitement and terror. Part of you recognizes this is what you've been asking for. Part of you is scared of actually getting it. Part of you wants to rush toward it. Part of you wants to hide. Part of you trusts you're ready. Part of you feels completely unprepared. All normal, all valid, all part of standing at threshold of significant change. In the emotional complexity of approaching breakthrough, resistance often intensifies right before manifestation. Your ego freaks out. Your familiar patterns grip harder. Your fear gets louder. Not because you're going wrong direction, because you're going right direction and old self is fighting to maintain control. It's probable you're experiencing exactly this intensified resistance currently. More doubt than usual, more fear than makes sense, more obstacles appearing, more people questioning your choices, more internal chaos. All signs you're close, all evidence that what's trying to emerge is threatening to structures that have kept you safe but small. Don't interpret resistance as wrongness. Don't let fear convince you to retreat. Don't allow doubt to make you play small, right when going big is what's required. The discomfort is part of process. The fear is growth signal, not danger signal. The chaos is old order dissolving so new order can form. Some people turn back right at this point, right when breakthrough is imminent. They let fear win. They choose familiar suffering over unknown possibility. They retreat to what's comfortable, even though comfortable is killing them slowly. And they spend the rest of their lives wondering what would have happened if they just held steady through the intensity. You don't have to be that person. You can feel the fear and proceed anyway. Can acknowledge doubt while maintaining forward movement, can honor discomfort while refusing to let it dictate your choices. This reflection invites you to consider, what fear would you need to move through to fully receive what's trying to arrive? Let me close by speaking to what this moment is truly offering. This isn't just about external circumstances improving, though they might. This is about you discovering you're capable of more than you believed, that you can handle what previously would have overwhelmed you, that you're stronger and braver and more resilient than your fear told you. The transformation isn't just what happens to you, it's who you become through what happens. May you trust your readiness. May you embrace the unknown. May you rise to meet what's meeting you. Forces are aligning. Change is active. Breakthrough is present. No joke, this is genuine assessment of real energy. You better prepare. Actual readiness is required, not just passive hoping. For what's about to change your life, multiple domains are shifting, opportunities are converging, elevation is occurring. The framework of your existence is reorganizing right now. And your work is simple but not easy. Get ready. Clear space. Release what won't fit in upgraded reality. Expand your capacity. Trust yourself. Stay present. Take aligned action. Become the person who can sustain what's trying to arrive instead of just temporarily access it. Trust this. Trust that you didn't come this far to only come this far. Trust that everything you've survived prepared you for what's approaching. Trust that you are more ready than you feel. Trust that transformation is possible for you. Trust that better is not just wishful thinking, it's actual trajectory you're on. Stay ready, stay open, stay moving. Life is shifting right now. Be prepared.